everyone. Thank you for joining me on this cold Sunday morning. I am Ishita Tandon, a counseling psychologist, and I'm thrilled to welcome you all to our webinar on the act of balancing, mastering work life integration. In today's session, I will briefly talk about what it is and why it's important, and also explore strategies for seemingly blending work and personal life so that we lead more fulfilling and sustainable lives. Before beginning, I would like to thank Maya ma'am and our host for today, Shrishti. All right, let's dive in then. We are living work. There, I said it. That's the philosophy we are following to thrive, nay, survive in today's ever evolving and competitive work culture. Having a hectic lifestyle is glamorized, and dealing with it by unwinding over the weekend, advertised. With the current scenario being the norm for a lot of working adults, it barely leaves them with any time for themselves. And they need it. They need that time to work effectively and live sustainably. Humans have the need to pause and reflect to be better versions of themselves every day. This is where the concept of work life integration comes in. So, what is it? Well, it is a new year. It's a newer and more holistic take on the concept of work life balance where we understand that work is not only the most important aspect in our lives, but only one aspect in our life. The life aspect involves indulging ourselves in activities that we like, spending time with those we love and care about, or just taking one day, some time to yourself. How does it look like in our regular work life? Well, it can look like not reaching out to or replying to emails from other employees after a certain time during the day, or genuinely unplugging yourself or working on during a vacation or working on specific days or times to take care of our children, our parents, any population that we think might need more attention, or just taking the day to ourselves, doing activities that your inner child loves and finds itself to be safe in. This concept has gained a lot more importance with the advent of the coronavirus, which forced us to, certainly work from our homes. With the advent of working remotely, it was perceived that work has become suddenly easy breezy, however, not without its drawbacks. With employees working from their couches and dining tables, the lines between personal and work time have been blurred more than ever. It has thus become an equally challenging aspect for both employees and managers to extract productive work while ensuring that the mental health of their employees it's not compromised. Um,
So Ishita, my
yes.
question is, does this take away from my professional identity?
In my opinion, work life balance or work life integration is more about striking a beautiful and unique balance between work and life. So it does not have to be a perfect balance, it has to be a balance that suits you, that is unique to every individual, and every individual at different points of time as well. Um, and this will not take away from your personal identity. If only anything, it will enhance your professional identity and make you a holistically better functioning individual.
Okay, and my next question is how to make out what is prioritized in life.
Again, as I said, that it looks very differently for a lot of people, but how can we understand what we are prioritizing is taking a pause and evaluating what is what aspect of my life does need the maximum attention right now. right? It can be yourself, it can be the people that you hold close and dearly.
Okay.
Okay.
So it has seen that ki, um, एम्प्लॉयज आफ्टर घर आने के बाद अपने वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस एंड फैमिली लाइफ को मतलब प्रॉपर टाइम नहीं दे पाते।
Hmm.
ओके, सो कल कल ही मेरी किसी से इस टॉपिक पे बात हो रही थी, तो कैन यू टेल अस कि कैसे हम बाउंड्रीज सेट करें?
Actually, I mean, to be very honest, the paramount importance of boundaries is relatively unknown in the Indian landscape, you know, where an individual is expected to be present for everyone and everything at all points of time. There is no, you know, the lines between everything are, these boundaries are very blurred. This is not to say that you should not show up for work or family, especially when you know it is in dire need. However, it is useful to know first and then establish your boundaries. That can look like, as I said, you know, not replying to emails and reaching out to other people beyond a certain limit. Like if you are expected to log off at 7, both employee and you know the organization should understand that boundary that is set for themselves. It can also be with you know children, that you know you assert yourself at that point, that you know ki, okay, this is something that I've helped you with. Now you know I expect that you will be able to carry this on by yourself, and then take go away from there, and then assert that, so that it is also a sort of um, understanding in the children as well. So I think the concept of boundaries here really plays a important role, as it helps you in asserting yourself both at work and in the family.
Okay, and how important it is to take time for yourself,
Mm.
like a
Well,
client.
as I said that you know work life integration is um, essentially taking time, I mean working, giving time to you know whatever commitments on the personal front that you have, and then also carving quality time for yourself, because um, and studies have shown that 95% of human resources admit that employee burnout is the leading cause of workforce turnover, you know. And a burnout typically means that the body has run out of mental and physical resources to deal with the stressor and has to be refueled. And that can be achieved when one indulges in activities of their choice and engage in them mindfully, sitting with your own thoughts, evaluating your day. It's extremely important. And the symptoms of burnout can mimic everyday exhaustion, but they might lead to you know a very pessimistic environment towards working. You know, employees may have overwhelming fatigue, they might be disorganized, they might struggle to pay attention, might be forgetful, um, and you know and they might also turn to you know unhealthy things to help them cope with these feelings.
Okay. And my next question is, what are the implications of a burnout on my professional life?
Yes, so in a nutshell, it can lead to an impaired physical and psychological health. You know, it can, as I said, it can mimic everyday exhaustion, because it begins with, you know, exhaustion, and that might come with fatigue, that might come with tiredness, that might also come with being low on energy, um, and this can the next step is that it will translate it to a very negative environment of your work and even of the profession that you belong to. You know, you suddenly might feel very disconnected from your professional um, identity, because you suddenly feel like it's not giving me any joy. And then you know, and then you might not be able to focus at work. You know, you might be very um, you might appear haphazard, that might also affect your all this will affect your work performance. And in then after, it might leave the individual very irritable, anxious and depressed, because you've been working at something for a very long time, and suddenly you find that you're not really able to perform your best at something that you've been doing for a very long time, not realizing that um, it does not imply that the person has suddenly forgot, or is suddenly performing bad at work, but they're just a victim of burnout.
Okay. So please tell us what can employee do to encourage their organization to adopt more flexible work policies that support the work-life integration?
Hmm. I think the first can be, I think every successful department or organization, there should be a level of understanding at the most basic level, that there might be some individuals who might be undergoing um, difficult circumstances at home or with themselves. So there should be an understanding on different tiers, all throughout our leadership triangle. Then through that, people can be encouraged, to prioritize what, as I said, prioritize what is it that requires the most attention. And with that, we can also balance the sort of workload by maybe introducing roster based works. I understand that this might not be applicable to many, um, to all um, organizations, but just striking a balance between everyone, by understanding different, um, each other's circumstances. You can have team bonding exercises. You can, um, just set time limits, that beyond this time, that that there's going to be no response. Like, we close our day at whatever time, 6, 7, 8. So we close our day, and then of course work from home has always also, um, has both been a boon and a bane. So using it to, that boon side of it, and not exploiting it a lot, I think these are a few things that we can do.
Okay. So what advice do you have for maintaining the work-life balance during particular stressful period or deadlines?
Again, I understand that this cannot be a magical thing that we are following the entire time, while working. This is something that we should aim towards, yes, um, but it's also um, important to, again, as I said, prioritizing. So if work is something that does require um, your prime attention, do that, and at that point, draw boundaries with your family. I understand that this might not be, this does not mean that, shunning out family and friends, or not giving time to yourself, but prioritizing that right now my work needs that I put it before anything else. So work life integration is basically something that's unique to you, that's very personal. It's not a perfect balance, 8 8 8. No, it is, finding that unique balance that also takes you forward in life and in your professional identity as well.
Okay, so thank you so much, Ashita, for those valuable insights. As we wrap up, we remember that maintaining work-life balance is an ongoing process for all of us,
Yeah.
and a small change can make a big difference. And thank you so much, all the participants, for being a part of today's webinar.
Mhm.
If you have found this session helpful, stay tuned for the future webinars addressing the various aspects of well-being. So thank you, audience. Thank you, Ishita.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay.